Hey, I know that song. Yep, that's the music that we used. It's called Funk in My Trunk. I'm just going to let that one lie. I'm not going to come up with any elephant jokes. Not this guy. Erik Stearns, my very special guest this hour. I am. And Erik joins us every 2 weeks. It's a conversation that we discuss the main news events. And first of all, Erik, thanks very much for joining us. Always a great pleasure talking to you, my friend.
It's always good to be here. It really is.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on in the world today. We've got, like you and I discussed, the North and South Korea gunplay that's going on. We've got the still missing 777 Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. We have the incident at Fort Hood. We have Russia still flexing its muscles at the borders of Ukraine. And today, Secretary Kerry said that, if this persists, that the Allies will be using 21st century methods to combat Russia's 19th century advances. Pretty strong words from Secretary of State Kerry.
Yeah, he's angling for World War III. That's what it is.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking about World War III, there was a major election in Quebec, Canada, yesterday. The Parti Québécois that wanted to separate Quebec from Canada got squashed. They lost miserably. And it seems that every 30-some-odd years they try this, but the message that came loud and clear from the Quebec population is that they don't want to separate. They like being Canadians. And coming from the province of Quebec, my mom and dad and my brother still live there. My niece lives there. It was a relief to hear that the PQ lost and that Quebecers, the majority of Quebecers, are also proud Canadians.
Good for them.
Yeah. I remember growing up in Montreal during the FLQ crisis of October 1970 when you had the War Measures Act decreed by then Prime Minister Pierre Elliott Trudeau. And on the streets of Montreal, you had the army. You had them around federal buildings. You had them around power plants. And you know what? I felt safe. They were there to protect me. They were Canadians protecting Canadians against tyranny. And that's what it was, sheer tyranny.
Right.
So, when it comes to what's going on in Russia and the Ukraine, been there, done it, understand it. It's not easy. It's not, to have somebody's country ripped away from them, being put into another situation. It's not a nice picture. So you and I will have to keep our eyes on this one. And next time you're with us, hopefully we'll be able to bring some good news to the X-Zone Nation.
I really hope so. But, at the same time, I'm also a realist as well as you are. And, I just think that things are just getting more and more interesting.
Erik, it's always great talking to you. Quickly, in the next 20 seconds, give our listeners your contact information one more time.
Erik S. at xzoneradio.com. You can also look me up at Facebook at Erik Stearns, also on Twitter, WSE Ghostwood, or Stearns at realtime.net.
There you go, Erik. Take care of yourself, my good friend. Erik Stearns joins us every 2 weeks, and we'll be back on the other side of this commercial break with the news as the X-Zone continues right here from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, and around the world on the X-Zone Broadcast Network. We'll be back on the other side of this news break at 6.5 minutes past the hour. So until then, enjoy the funky music of Funk in My Trunk. Don't go away.